Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
All right, so the first one I came up with, the most talented member of Rush.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
That's got to be Neil.
No, see, No.
Here's the
I
thing.
think it's got to be Geddy Lee.
Yes,
What?
It's got to be
3
Geddy.
for 3.
It's got to be Geddy. I'll tell you why. Because
Yes.
that man can play the keyboard with his feet.
Right.
And
sing and play the bass.
There is no one who can. There's not really anybody who can play bass like him. Just power he has with the striking on those strings. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that.
So, obviously,
also his TV show. What was the TV show he did where he interviewed other famous bassists?
I had no idea.
I didn't know about this
Oh
either.
yeah, it's on Paramount Plus. It's called oh my God, let me look this up so we don't waste too much time.
You're fine. Garth, you can tell me why you
it's
thought
Geddy Lee, Bass Players Human 2. That's what it's called.
I'll have to check it.
Yeah, he interviews Robert Trujillo. He interviews Chris Novoselic. He interviews a couple other people. But it has to be Geddy.
I 100% agree.
It does not have to be Geddy. It does not at all have to be Geddy.
Okay, make your case.
Absolutely. So if you're going to go for Geddy, like, I feel this seems more like a meme. I think you want to go vocals. Like a lot of people, it's not for everybody, but nobody can sing Temples of Syrinx, and actually quite a few people can, but not that many. His bass playing is definitely good. We're talking about like one of the most, like, pound for pound, Rush is one of the best bands ever. I will grant them that. But I don't think Geddy Lee is the best bassist ever. I don't think he's the best classic rock bassist. Neil Peart is like across the board the top of this. And I'm not even a big Rush fan.
All right, so hang on one second. Let me get my 2 cents in. If you're combining all the skills, though, right? So we're going to combine bass playing, singing, keyboards, all at the same time while standing in front of an audience. He's got to be the most talented.
Do we get to count Neil's lyricism here, though? Is that like up for grabs?
I
mean, I don't have any rules. So
better lyricist. I would argue that he's the better. That Geddy is the better lyricist. When it comes to just being a virtuoso at their instrument, I will give you that Neil is better at the drums than he's a better drummer than a good 99.9% of rock and metal drummers to have ever existed. I would only argue that 2 people could ever claim to be better than Neil Peart.
Who?
That is number 1 would be the Octopus from Tool. There's
Danny Carey?
Yeah, Danny Carey.
Okay.
And
I don't know how I feel about
2, obviously the greatest of all time, Lars Ulrich.
Nice.
I mean, listen to the symphony that is Saint Anger. There is nothing that can beat on there's no one who can better beat a keg drum than Lars Ulrich can. When for me, Lars, on my way to class this morning, I was listening to Motor Breath off of Kill 'Em All.
Yeah,
and it has Lars only. Oh my God, he is so out of time. And that was when he actually practiced.
Yeah.
But
who's your actual top?
I'll give you that Neil has the claim to be the best member of Rush.
Wait, did you actually have another drummer that was better than Neil, or are you just being a dick?
No. Lars was a joke answer.
Oh, if you said Mike Portnoy, I wouldn't even have held it against you. But
fair.
And like, yeah, there's probably like, I don't know, some like a lot of like death metal and black metal drummers are probably just more dexterous than Neil is, but are they anywhere near as inventive? Fuck no.
No.
Right.
No.
So we agree, Geddy.
I don't agree, Geddy.
Mhm.
I'm still going Neil. You know what would get me to do Geddy is the fact that he
What?
does shit with South Park. Um,
Fair.
I think my most listened to song featuring Geddy Lee is the "Oh Canada" from the Bigger, Longer, and Uncut soundtrack. I've listened to that more than any Rush song.
Nice.
And when they did the 25th anniversary special, it was really cool. Matt Stone, co-creator of South Park, he was playing drums on a couple tracks, and they brought out Geddy and Alex as a surprise to him. And they played "Closer to the Heart" because that's the only song, a mediocre drummer could play.
Right.
But, I mean, there was a great tweet I saw. Bruce and I were on 70,000 Tons of Metal 2020, right before COVID hit, when it was announced Neil was dead.
That's right.
And there was a fantastic fucking tweet I saw because it was a Friday night. And it said, I can't help but think that he's chuckling somewhere knowing that hundreds of bands with gigs tonight are trying to figure out an easy Rush song. Yeah, that's Neil.
Fair enough. Closing words?
Fair.
Or we're going to leave it there?
Well, let's leave it there.
Yeah, that's good.
Couple other ones. But you want to stay with bands or you want to stay with just whatever in general?
the hell
Bands.
you want.
Let's stick with bands.